It's episode 100. Let's do this. Good evening, Hampton Roads. Good evening, Northeast North Carolina. My name is David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of WTKR News 3 Television, and you are watching First Warning Live, where we focus on all things weather, and it's sponsored by Marco's Pizza, which is generously giving away all sorts of things today, as well as tomorrow, because tomorrow's Wednesday, and of course Thursday is the holiday. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I do want to put this in perspective. Tomorrow is Travel Wednesday. Some of you have probably been on the road. I don't know. Maybe you got on the road on Sunday, maybe yesterday. But either way, there will be some showers as you head into tonight and into the day tomorrow, especially in the morning. And I did mention this is episode 100. Didn't I? Did I mention that? Oh yes, Marcos was very excited. I was excited. I got this information from them and they say, hey, congratulations, First Warning Live on 100 episodes. And I thought, man, I think, Marcos, you're onto something here. I mean, maybe we could call this the number one pizza, and maybe we call these two the circle pizzas, because you know what? It looks like you get more pepperoni on that pie. I'm thinking you're onto something. Maybe you could market that. That's just my 2 cents worth, but thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, and hopefully you've learned by now that there's usually a deal of the week. We're giving away free, no purchase necessary, free cheesy bread. So within the sound of my voice, if you have a computer, which obviously you're watching on, or on a phone, use the promo code WTKR, that's our call letters, and the word cheesy with a Z. And suddenly, magically delicious, you get the delicious cheesy bread in your cart for free. First 100, that's all it takes, because one per household. I would encourage you to do that, because that'll go out fast. Also, if you want to get in on the free pizza tomorrow, we're giving away pizza for a year. Usually it's every Thursday, but because it's Thanksgiving, we're going to do it tomorrow. 5 locations that are giving away the cheesy bread. They're on your screen. There are 3 in Virginia Beach, 2 in Chesapeake, 1 in Norfolk. These are the participating contest locations, so check them out. Also, we'll talk more about that, but the cheesy bread there and the free certificate, the free pizza for a year certificate will be issued tomorrow, and it works like a punch card. So now that we're in November, maybe you get tired of turkey after Thanksgiving Day. Now, why not? You could participate and get a 1 large, 1 topping pizza for free every month for 12 months. That will take you through October of 2026. So I look forward to announcing the winner tomorrow. The pizza, very cool and very excited. Maybe you haven't tried the Pozzoli. That's another great lunch item if you're in the mood for like a Stromboli or calzone. But we're very appreciative of all of you that are here. Now, for those of you that might be on this call, I got a note here from Belinda from last night that maybe I've noticed, but she's saying safe travels, everyone. I just want to echo that thought, because just because everybody else is in a rush, just because everybody else is in a hurry doesn't mean you have to be. We're getting reports of people not wearing seatbelts, getting in an accident. Seatbelt's the easiest thing. That's low-hanging fruit. Just buckle up, make sure that you're safe, and know that sometimes there are things beyond your control in the way other drivers behave, but we want you to be safe. And that is with an exclamation point. I want you to be safe. Now, the satellite radar tonight, you can see some rain now west of I-95. Let's just put this in the current time here. We'll circle where we are. The time right now is 7:43. So that's our current time. What do we have? A little sprinkle activity west of I-95, maybe a few showers moving into Bertie County, and maybe also off the coast of Rodanthe and the Outer Banks. Really not much. So if you're traveling in the next 30 minutes, maybe you're leaving and heading out the door in the next hour or 2, you're going to be fine. I mean, really, there isn't much here to highlight other than the fact that tomorrow is another busy travel day. They think Sunday could be worse. And now I've got some concerns about Sunday. I intimated that last night. I'm going to get more in the weeds of that tonight. But if you're traveling on I-64 West, head into Richmond, fine. Low 70s for highs there tomorrow. Charlottesville should match it. Heading to Charleston, West Virginia, you might run into a shower. They'll be in the mid-50s. They're on the other side of the cold front. And then if you're on the I-95 corridor headed north, maybe D.C. at 71, 60s for Philadelphia, New York City, about 62, a few showers here, but more clouds for the city of brotherly love. And then if you're on I-95 south, doesn't look too bad. I'd say it's pretty good when you're looking at 76 for Savannah, mostly cloudy, but it will be warming up to the low 80s in Jacksonville. If you're on the call, this would be a great time. I like to take a pause, take a moment, take a deep breath, and just kind of load in the new comments. If there are any that are filtering in, this is your chance, your opportunity to announce what you're thinking, feeling this particular holiday season, because even though it's not technically Thanksgiving yet, it's close enough, and some people have already mentally checked out. I get that. That's just the way life goes. I got a note from Taj Brown I want to say hi to him. He's my buddy. He's been on probably, I would say, 88 episodes. You've been on a lot of them, Taj, and I've probably highlighted you, but we're in 100 and 100 to go. So there you have it. I got Kim Thompson-Jones. Wishing me a happy 100th episode. I want to wish everybody in the WTKR family a happy 100th, because this doesn't just come by happenstance. We have a sales team that selects these winners. We got Marcos, the awesome sponsor. We've got a lot of people working in the digital side and also in the news side. So I appreciate all of their support. Couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do this without you. All right, so I'm going to come back to the travel forecast. Now, it's going to get really icky sticky if you're not a fan of snow when I show you what's going to happen on the way home. This is the travel forecast tomorrow if you're on the road to, say, Pittsburgh, 55. Let's say you're going to Charlotte, 72. So it really doesn't look that bad for tomorrow. I think it's a lot easier to get to Grandma's house, or maybe Grandma's coming here. That's possible. But it's the second leg, when you have to return to wherever you're going to or from. That might be the challenge on Saturday and Sunday. More on that in a moment. But if you're headed to Wilmington, partly sunny skies, maybe a spotty rain shower. Pretty windy for Indianapolis tomorrow, 38. Atlanta, 66. Some of you might be flying into Atlanta. I've got some average airport delays here in a moment. In fact, that might be my next slide, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where this takes me. Yes, so the average airport, just to give you the legend here, I'll go ahead and put this on the screen. It's probably a little easier to see. Anything that's green airplanes would be less than 15 minutes. Sure, there's going to be some delays, individual delays, but as far as an airport is concerned, we're looking good anywhere from Knoxville, shout out to my East Tennessee friends and neighbors, Savannah, looking good. And maybe you're at Myrtle Beach, really no delays at this particular time. And this is in current time. Tampa, Orlando looks good. We got a lot of green airplane icons, and what that simply means is that the time average is less than 15 minutes. Doesn't mean they couldn't have some delays, but when you start to see things change color, and I'm looking at Dallas-Fort Worth here, they've got a 26-minute average delay, so there are probably some slowdowns if you have family that are originating from Dallas or connecting through Dallas. My bigger concern is over here in Chicagoland, because come Saturday night, Sunday, I think this could go red. Red? Well, what's that mean? There's problems? Well, maybe more than 60 minutes. Maybe there are people, I don't know, could there possibly be people sleeping at the airport? Oh, you didn't just say that out loud on a hot mic, did you? I did. I think you're going to find 6 to 12 isolated 15 inches of snow in the Chicago area. Could that have an implication on how people get to and fro? Yes, I think it is. Now you're going to say, can you back that up with some supportive graphics? I can, and I'm going to show you right now. This is what I showed yesterday, but I'm going to dig it even deeper. I'm going to show you, if you look up toward the western Great Lakes, they got snow tonight, they got snow tomorrow, no big deal. They're used to it. I lived in Rochester, New York for 4 years. I understand snow and lake enhanced snow, lake effect. So they get that all the time. No big deal. But I want you to pay attention to what's happening in Montana as we go into Turkey Day and into Black Friday for shoppers, because that storm is going to grow. You mean grow like in this way? Oh, looky. Chicago's getting some snow. Well, what time's that? That's like Saturday. It's also going to be snowing in Milwaukee, Grand Rapids, and to a lesser extent, maybe Detroit. But it's going to snow hard in Iowa and Wisconsin and much of southern sections of Minnesota. Now, you say, well, I'm not going through there, but I got a cousin that lives there. Maybe they should be aware that this is going to be probably not making the news until tomorrow, the next day, because usually you get with these winter storm watches are 3 days in the future. If it's within 3 days, and today's only Tuesday, so you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's not till Saturday. So hence, no one's blowing the trumpet, but I've been talking about it, what, for 2 days? Yesterday and today. So now, well, actually Sunday. I think, because I was talking about it on the air, really on Monday. But here's the point I'm trying to make. This is going to be a trouble spot, whether this is a destination for someone you know or love, or maybe a connecting flight. Because what may shock you is how much snow falls in that period of time. And if you're in a hurry, it's like, I had a connecting flight, I wish I had known. Here's the snowfall potential. This takes us through 5 o'clock Wednesday. No big deal, that's tomorrow, right? And you can see the legend, anything that's kind of purple would be 12 inches. So the UP of Michigan, the upper part of Michigan, will get pounded with snow, and then it will fill in. That takes you through 5 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. But as I said, these are areas that are very, very accustomed to snow. Chicago, at least the airport, it's fine. Not a problem. They can deal with flurries so far, but this is just 5 o'clock. Turkey Day, right? That's 5 o'clock Thursday. But if I take this a couple more days into the future, let's stop it at 5 p.m. Friday. Shoppers are none the wiser. Then we go into Saturday. Shazam! Hey, I can't even see the blades of grass in my yard anymore if you're in Chicago. I can't even see my driveway. No, because you probably have 6 to 12 inches of snow. That takes you through 11 o'clock Saturday, and then we take you to about 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, let me just zoom in, just for argument's sake, because I know some of you are like, why does this relate to Hampton Roads? Because there's bound to be somebody within the sound of my voice that's going to be having to connect through Chicago O'Hare. And you're going to suddenly see what I see staring us in the face is what? Purple, blue. Probably about 10 or 11 inches of snow. How long is that going to take to clear off all the runways? Some time, won't it? So could possibly, maybe, somebody be sleeping at the airport, waiting to get home. I can't get home, I'm snowed in. Isn't that awful? Would that maybe a good idea to change your flight? Say, hey, could we connect through, I don't know, Memphis or Dallas or Atlanta and kind of avoid O'Hare? That would be something I would say, yes. This is why you guys come to me with first warning. I'm giving you the warning before everybody else is talking about it. I think this is the implication. You're going to get 6 to 12 inches of snow, wet snow, covering the runways of Chicago O'Hare on Saturday into Sunday, one of, and arguably, the busiest travel day on record for Sunday. Everybody's building up Sunday with what, 73 million on the road, 6 million in the air. How many millions might come through Chicago in a given Thanksgiving holiday? Probably a lot. So just want to throw that out there. I'm kind of curious to know what you're thinking. You can certainly stop me. I'd love to say hi. Amy Thompson is on here wanting to say howdy. Glad to see you, Amy. Glad to know that you are watching. I hope everybody has a very happy Thanksgiving. Glad that you're here. And I got also, who do I have? Kim also watching. So we're glad to have everybody watching. And Taj. So that's where snow is going to be. Now let's reset. Come back home for a second. Take a deep breath. Rain returns later tonight to Hampton Roads and mainly Wednesday morning. That's my expectation. But one thing you'll note when you look at this overall picture, the highs tomorrow are going to be exceedingly warm, much like they were today. So just to be fair, our high temperature today was 71 degrees. The record, 80, because I take notes, 80 from 1973. And the normal high, 59. So we were about 14, yesterday was 57. Yeah, we were 14 degrees warmer today as compared to yesterday, but we were 12 degrees above normal today. 71 today. So I think tomorrow will be within record highs. The record high is 76 from 1990. I think 74 is achievable. So we'll come close. I don't think we'll break it, but generally low to mid 70s. And then Thanksgiving Day, we're going to drop at least 20, possibly 22 degrees colder on Thanksgiving Day with plenty of sunshine. And it gets bone chilling cold by the time we hit Friday and Saturday morning for shoppers, whether it's Black Friday or maybe Small Business Saturday. Well, I know there's a lot of, every day, got to keep up with Cyber Monday. I can't keep track of it all. Maybe you do. Meanwhile, you can see this warm front is helping to usher most of the rain up toward Philadelphia. It's pushing it up toward New York City, from north of Hagerstown, north of Pennsylvania, and into the Empire State of New York through southern New England. So that's where the heavier rains are right now. But you can see it's been raining in Knoxville. It's been raining in East Tennessee and parts of Southwest Virginia. That's all drifting in this direction, maybe arriving at 3 to 5 in the morning. So I've got a 40% chance of rain, but it's mainly in the morning. No rain chances Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. By the way, it's 7:53. Got to keep moving. I know that this is a series of fronts that's coming through. So if this represents tonight, 10 o'clock, this represents 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if we get some thunderstorms, it might very well occur while many of us are still asleep at 4 or 5 in the morning. Then the secondary front comes in only to reinforce the cold air. How much rain are we talking about? Not a whole lot. I mean, it might be locally higher than what you see. And sometimes when you look at these numbers, it's hard to say, well, it looks like we get nothing. No, it's probably a trace, right? It's not something we would measure. If it's less than a tenth, it's going to be a 0. So we got some zeros from Edenton to Nags Head, but about a 1/4 inch possibly from Cape Charles, Eastern Shore, all the way toward Richmond. That's the expectation from some of the modeling. So we'll keep an eye on that. But if you're traveling tomorrow, yes, there could be some early showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Sun's up at 6:55. It is balmy. You do not need a jacket tomorrow. You do not need to carry or lug around a jacket, but you're going to want to pack it. you're going to want to pack it, because if you're not, maybe you're not going too far down the road, you're going to find that bitter cold air filtering in from the northwest in the coming days. Tomorrow is an artificially warm day like it was today, but tomorrow might even be warmer by the tune of 3 degrees compared to today. Today was 71. I expect 74. Sun's down now at 4:50. It's been holding there for several days. Now, looking ahead to our I call it the eating planner, the Thanksgiving Day planner. I'm going to play some football, and then I'm going to watch some football, and I have some leftovers. All right, so a leftover time, what might be 5 to 8 if you're eating, or we're in the 40s, but it feels like it's a lot colder because the winds are picking up. You'll find gusts around 30 miles an hour. 52 the high at 2 o'clock. If that's when you're eating, maybe you're eating at noon, but you're going to struggle to reach 52 degrees. It's a much colder day, and dare I say, even colder still going into Friday morning for shoppers. Low temperature today. As I like to keep notes, this is what I like to do because I'm a note taker. Let's see here. We had a low this morning of 39 degrees. That happened at 6:10 a.m. That was our low in Norfolk, but it was below freezing this morning in Suffolk and Chesapeake. So you go out to the Chesapeake Airport, it was really cold. 36 Virginia Beach. Everybody pretty much in the 30s. The 140 I got here is Manio. Manio was at 40, but that occurred. The 39 degree temperature Norfolk was at 6:10, and we had a high of 71 degrees. I believe I have that map here. How warm did you get? It was 73 in Suffolk and Edenton. Ahoskie hit 72, Gloucester stopped at 69, but the 71 Norfolk occurred at 3:31 p.m. based on airport records. So I'd like to give you some perspective when does that high temperature occur? It can change when you have shorter days, longer nights. It really is hard to get that warm, but we certainly did it today. That southerly wind tomorrow will push us back up to around low to mid 70s across the board. Lots of clouds, in some cases maybe clouds above or below 5,000 feet. Some are showing stars, but we have a lot of clouds right now in Wallops Island, Norfolk, Williamsburg, and Virginia Beach, just to name a few. Temperature trend, this is not a misprint. My 74 goes off the chart. So if you're planning your holiday, even if you got tomorrow off and you're playing some football, that might be more desirable than playing it when it's in the 40s, struggling to reach 52. Because, yes, I think we'll have an upside down day on Thanksgiving. That 52 or 55 might occur at midnight or 2 a.m. And then you get a little bit of a bounce back up, a turkey bounce, a turkey trot like they've got in Williamsburg and Hatteras this week. But 52 would be bounce back up in the afternoon. 45 these 2 days will feel, especially Friday with the wind, it's going to feel like it's in the 30s all day. You're going to feel like I need layers, I need earmuffs, I need a scarf. Maybe put that on your holiday wish list because somebody might be listening and helping you out as best they can. 52 degrees, and then we're back to 61 on Sunday. So really what we're going to get is warm air. That's what we're getting now. Then it's going to be quickly replaced with some cold air. See how it dips back down? That's Friday, 5 in the morning when we're down to near freezing. And then it kind of buckles back and retreats just a wee bit. We've been talking about this sudden stratospheric warming event. Can only tell you that it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Look how cold it is up in purple. This is the very cold air that continues to rotate around these different, basically think of as spokes on a wheel. So you're going to see more surges of cold air as we head toward Christmas. I said this before, I'll say it again. I think we're going to find some really cold air just in time for holidays like Christmas and New Year's. The evidence that I have to give you as I point back to when warm air rises, what's the converse of that? Cold air sinks, right? So when you get a rapid rise naturally occurring in the stratosphere at 6 to 31 miles up, sometimes that catches a meteorologist's attention. This is not a forecast. This is not a forecast. This is a temperature analysis as of the 18th of November, which means this is what essentially was observed. The warming air in red up here in the parts of northwest Canada may very well be dropping down in the form of cold air, because cold air sinks, warm air rises. That was the 18th. This was the 19th. I think the real telltale is we went from orange to red, particularly on the 20th. So if we get really cold 30 days after the 20th, what does that put you in? It puts you right around Christmas. It puts you pretty close to Christmas. So my expectation, if you want to see yesterday and today's, it's still maybe modified a little bit, still maybe not as warm or transition, not as cold going into the 24th and 25th, but I think the damage will be done. There'll be enough cold air in place that now if we can institute that ingredient and we can maybe get it all together or married with some moisture, maybe we do have the potential for a white Christmas or New Year's. It's possible. Not going to go out on a limb and say that we will, but we will likely see. I'm much more confident we get the cold air around the holidays, and we'll have to wait and see as we get closer for the other. And I'm definitely confident that Chicago is going to get buried with snow in just about 4 or 5 short days from now. We'll see. All right, so this is where we are now. Just checking in with you as we prepare for the cold down the road. We talked about the polar vortex. It rotates counterclockwise, but as it has that sudden stratospheric warming displacement, it will typically reverse the winds and push some of that cold air down from Canada and into a neighborhood not far from Hampton Roads. But that's a tough sell when you hit 71 today. Let's be real, 71 degrees, the record 80 back during, I guess, the Nixon administration, 1973. Now we've had 10 above normal, 14 below normal, and 1 normal. So why be normal, right? It's more uncommon to be normal, to hit the normal high, but it's an average, right? Just like you can have a class, if you're a teacher, you can have a class. Some have A's, some have F's. The average is a C, right? You get a C. So why be average? It is what it is. So we have a lot of days here that were 14 below normal, and you could see 10 above, but that's how November is playing out. We are on fuego. We're on fire. Taz, if you're watching, you'd love that. Plus 28 in Newport News and Suffolk right now compared to where we were this time last night. And by the way, it's 8 o'clock, so let's go ahead and look at the current readings. It's currently 66 degrees. So you're telling me, Aldrich, that Norfolk is plus 19. We were 19 degrees colder last night at this time. We got pretty cold. And it's 28 degrees warmer now in Suffolk than it was right now. In Suffolk's at 67. So you do the math. We've warmed up quite a bit. And it's not going to get that cold tonight. Lows will struggle to get to 60. So here's where I expect to be. 60 in Gloucester, maybe 59 for Chincoteague, Cape Charles 58, and 60 for Duck, 62 in Edenton, about 61 for Moyock, Chesapeake, and Smithfield by tomorrow morning. Newport News, about 61. Just checking in with you. Just want to pause and say hi. If you're on this call, Kim says, and has a comment. I'm going to telestrate her comment. She says, not weather related, but WTKR related. I was so happy to hear an update from Blaine Stewart today. Well, that's great. I know that he has been in a lot of people's prayers. The entire newsroom has been very sympathetic to what has happened to Blaine, but we wish him a very happy Thanksgiving as well. But again, keep praying for him as he's had some challenges, as many of us do sometimes, whether it be economic, whether it be health-wise. But Blaine has had a lot of challenges, and we appreciate him more than maybe he knows. He's got a lot of following here in Hampton Roads for the years he's been actually on this air. By the way, I want to keep going because as we look at more of these temperatures, and I'm looking at the clock, 8:02, let me show you how warm it's going to get in the coming hours, right? So by 11 o'clock tonight, if you're looking for a shoe to drop, it's not here. We'll be lucky to drop below 60 in many locations by morning. This is representative of 7 a.m. You can see that right there, just kind of covered over it. But 7 a.m. on Wednesday, many of us may still be in the low to mid 60s. But by the time we hit noon, I think with enough wind, our temperatures will easily be in the 70s and probably finishing closer to the 74 that's projected here in inland North Carolina. I think we have the potential to get 74 here in the south side. We'll have to wait and see. Inland Virginia also showing a 74 here. So this is what I say. The record is 76. So we've done it before, but you got to go back to 1990 to find a comparable travel Wednesday, as it were, perhaps, when it's been that warm. Looking around the country, it was very dry across California last night, and now we're beginning to see some wet weather for travelers and some snow in the Cascades. From anywhere from Seattle back toward Portland, Oregon. They're getting some wet weather tonight if you have family that's going out there. Already getting to see some snow north of Minneapolis. Parts of northern Wisconsin's getting some snow right now. Green Bay, more in the rain variety. Marquette getting some rain, and into parts of Michigan. And you can see some rain now moving from Buffalo to Rochester to Syracuse and back toward Albany, and filling in down toward the Big Apple for those who might be traveling. Have some rain in Allentown, Pennsylvania, sliding through Wilmington, Delaware, my hometown where I was born and raised. New York City is getting some wet weather, but not a whole lot so far. That will change. I think we'll have a better chance, as I'll show you on the Futurecast, coming in for us in the wee hours of the morning. You look at the rainfall amounts. because we haven't measured anything thus far. We're about 1.5 inches. We would need to double that to get close to normal, and we're running out of days. Temperature right now as of 8:04, 65 in Chesapeake, 66 in Hampton. We have 66 in Poquoson, Smithfield, and Franklin. It's 65 in Elizabeth City, and it's 60 degrees in Kiptopeke. If you look west, it's not that cold yet. I mean, Knoxville, 60, Beckley, 56. If there's a canary in the coal mine, Hatteras is 71, so they're pretty warm. But everybody else to the west is back in the 50s. So it would not surprise me if we start to experience some of the low 50s as we head toward Thanksgiving Day itself. Boy, does it turn cold, though, in Rapid City. They're at 22 degrees at, I guess, 7 o'clock Central. Is that right? I guess they're in Central Time Zone there in South Dakota. But it's 38 Minneapolis, cold enough for snow in Denver. They're at 26. But if you follow the blue ooze, and there's a lot of it coming down for Thanksgiving all the way down to the Great Lakes, is it any wonder that we could have some snow potential as we head into Saturday the 29th and 30th of November. So it'll be cold enough, and it really turns white when it's bitter cold, and that white area surpasses the blue as far as the level of cold at 5,000 feet. We'll see this ebb and flow. But I want to be very clear. This is the Climate Prediction Center's expectation for this very specific dates, December 3rd through the 9th, below normal temperatures for the Great Lakes and for New England, where it may be very well above normal for Florida if you're traveling there in that first 9 days of December. But I'm going to maintain that I don't need this Climate Prediction Center to tell me when I see what I was showing you a moment ago, that this was the expectation, what we observed on the 20th of November. If you give it some time, I use the example like a paddleboard, right? If someone's on a paddleboard and a speedboat goes by, it might take 30 seconds before they feel the waves. Do you know what I mean? You notice the waves go about maybe 30 seconds. In this case, I don't think it's 30 seconds. I think it's 30 days. So 30 days would put us around the 20th of December. And like clockwork, I think we're going to see this cold air. People are going to like, oh my goodness. It'll be multiple shades of blue, and it probably will be working its way in the direction of Northeast North Carolina and Hampton Roads. We'll wait and see. I've been known to be wrong before, but I'm sticking to it. If I keep repeating myself, live stream after live stream, now my confidence is probably still there. So just bear with me. We'll wait and see. But this only takes you through the 9th. I think by the 20th or 25th of December, it could be game on for another wave of cold air coming back to town. Some might love that. Some might say boo. Some say I'm on Team Spring or Team Summer. I'm not on Team Snow. I know there are some out there. 63 for a high tomorrow in Saxis, Onancock, and Exmoor, 67. 66 in Cape Charles, 70 in Kill Devil Hills, and about 70 in Nags Head and Manio. Duck about 70. I've got a great picture this morning from Kill Devil Hills, and it's going to be one of our happy shots, which we are saving. I'm saving for the end of this live stream. 72 tomorrow in Ocracoke and Hatteras, 70 in Rodanthe come tomorrow. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, very key here. Severe weather breaking out in some parts of the country. Anytime you see the dark green or the yellow, which are most common when you're talking about severe storms, they've actually removed some of that yellow area since maybe the last hour or so, but the most recent check has it still around Pensacola, Destin, Florida, which is a big beach destination for some of those in Knoxville. I can tell you that Panama City might have some isolated storms going into tonight and through 7 a.m. tomorrow. Outside of that, there's not much to see here. Tomorrow into Wednesday, no severe weather here. Nothing to see here. And on Thursday, nothing to see here. I think the drama for snow will commence as we head towards Saturday night and into Sunday. So let's finish up here. It's about 8:08. Just checking in with you if you've got a comment. Let's see here. I guess Taj wanted to follow up on the Blaine comment, and I, again, didn't hear his latest update, but Kim Johnson-Jones, great, because I know he had a heart attack and returned on air for a show or so. He's been in the hospital. Yes, keep him in your prayers. As anyone who's watching and needs prayer, this time of the year, we're supposed to be thankful for all the blessings that we do have, and I am thankful for having met Blaine. Didn't work with him much because I'm on the PM side of the calendar. He was always on the AM side, so but I know he is beloved in this community. That I can tell you. Let's see here. Where else were we going? Oh, Futurecast. So tonight, this is midnight, heaviest rain. I got to show this to you. This is at 4 in the morning. So it's very difficult in the weather communication business to say we're going to get some showers tonight, maybe a rumble of thunder. If it happens at 4 in the morning and you're asleep, did it even happen? I mean, that's what this model is suggesting. It's going to rain like cats and dogs. at 4 in the morning in Williamsburg. Maybe a clap of thunder over toward Middlesex County, Matthews County, Gloucester County. This is what's projected, right? 4 o'clock in the morning. But if we move in advance a little bit more, at 5 a.m., it's still thundering in places maybe like Isle of Wight, Smithfield, Windsor, maybe Carrollton, and moving up toward Exmoor, right? So all of this energy happens in the wee hours of the morning when some are either asleep or you've already, you just maybe hadn't gotten up yet, gotten out the door. It's raining in Virginia Beach. This is the peak of the event. So with the cold front coming in its current timing, it's that 3, 4, 5 a.m. time frame that you're going to get your soggiest output tonight. And so you'll wake up to wet streets. Now at 6 a.m., it's a shell of itself. There's very little here, right? Maybe a couple showers near Franklin and Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Chesapeake, right? Maybe around the Greenbrier neighborhood. Maybe some rain there in Back Bay. Some areas might get a passing shower at 7. But that's it, right? It's like, oh, I thought it was going to be more than that. Well, if you slept through it, you slept through it. 8 o'clock, if you're in the car tomorrow morning, you're going to have lots of traffic, but it's still mainly dry, still some clouds and maybe some leftover sprinkles or showers. But by midday, it's pretty much played its hand, right? There's not much to see here in the afternoon, as most will be in the morning. And then by 11 o'clock tomorrow night, clouds are moving out and it's getting colder, significantly so that you feel the difference in the air mass. So tonight, we're down to about 60. Some may not get below 61 or 2. North Carolina, peninsulas may dip to the upper 50s, but that's briefly. Tonight's lows, 61 Franklin, Hampton, and Virginia Beach, 60 in Duck, 58 Cape Charles, and if you're in Chesapeake, Moyock, about 61, 61 for Newport News, and 60 for Norfolk. So the afternoon tomorrow, keep in mind the record high is 76. What's at the airport, I guess, matters for the records, but 74 South Side, 67 Peninsulas, and North Carolina about 75 tomorrow. I've got 74 for Edenton, 72 for Wakefield. You'll notice temperatures are probably a little bit warmer in Gatesville at 74. 74 I expect in Norfolk. I think that wind is going to outperform like it did today. So here's your first warning. WTKR News 370 forecast. 52 on Thursday. A chilly wind on Friday. Friday, albeit sunny, bright sunshiny skies. The 45 is very deceiving. Sometimes I like to call it deceiving sunshine, because what happens, you're at the office, you're looking out the window, and that's assuming you're working on Friday, but you look out the window, even at home, and you go, looks good to me, and you walk outside, and suddenly you realize, man, it's cold. I mean, that sun, it's deceiving. You get my point? So the wind will make it feel like it's in the 30s all day. Wind chill on Friday, in the 30s all day. So dress accordingly. Of course, Saturday afternoon, evening is when the snow is going to move into Chicago, not here. Chilly sunshine here, spotty rain for us. So anyone who's within a few states of Hampton Roads, I'm thinking Virginia, if you're nearby, South Carolina, you'll be fine. It's just some spotty rain. I see something developing on Monday that might have its origins along the coast. So the Outer Banks might be getting the lion's share of the rain on Monday. So if you decide to come back home on Monday, you might be challenged by more rain on Monday itself. The temperature is only 57, and then Tuesday at 51. By the way, it's 8:12. Want to again just give a shout out to our happy shots. We've got some beautiful pictures. This comes by way of the College of William and Mary from Lee Cruz Pritt. She took this picture. I believe she got the inspiration from Sandra, who is one other photographer in this group. But the Crimdale Bridge is a wooden bridge at the College of William & Mary. And with the fall color, this was just breathtaking. So Lee, thank you so much for sharing that. I just thought this was a master class of picture taking. I love it because it's right over the pond. And I've not been there, but now I'm inspired. I want to go out to the College of William & Mary and capture a picture of the Crimdale Bridge. Thank you for sharing that. Sandra was the one that I think helped Lee. So there's a communication between our WTKR Photographers Facebook group. Sandra captured another picture. I believe this was the Avalon Pier at Kill Devil Hills this morning. So thank you so much, Sandra. Just breathtaking as well. Really just awesome picture. And being able to see the composition with the pier. And then this one from Bradley today, Hampton, out at the Chesapeake Avenue waterfront. Bradley Fullwood, thank you for capturing this picture. It really lifts the mood, no matter what you might be challenged with tonight, whether it be trying to get down the road or get to your destination. Know that it's going to be okay. Just take it easy. We want you to make sure that you're safe 100%. All right, just to remind you, here's the forecast. 74 tomorrow, 52 on Thursday, 8:45 on Friday. If I mentioned to you before, this is the 100th episode, so I couldn't have done this without you. I am very thankful for all of you, because I couldn't do this without your participation, without your watching, whether it be live or hours later. I appreciate you more than you know, and I want you to be safe this holiday. By the way, if you haven't figured this out, we're giving away pizza tomorrow. Tomorrow's an unusual Wednesday because it's the holiday. We're going to be giving away free pizza for a year. Your name might appear up here, but I hope that you'll tune in tomorrow. We'll finish up all of the travel details that might still be going on. But if you haven't figured this out, the free pizza will be given out to these or from these 6 locations. There are 3 in Virginia Beach with the 757 phone number, 2 in Chesapeake now, and 1 in Norfolk. But if you want to sign up, if you've registered once, you don't have to keep registering. But all you have to do is go to our webpage, WTKR.com/Marcos, enter to win. Again, we're going to be giving out 10 pizzas individually, and one person's going to get the 12 in terms of the pizza for a year. But really thankful for all of you. And don't forget, you have free cheesy bread. I mean, this could be amazing. You could get free cheesy bread, free pizza, all from having watched this program, this live stream this week. But the first 100 out the door at the contest stores, it's no purchase necessary. Just use the promo code WTKR Cheesy at marcos.com. So I think you'll be impressed. Anyway, very thankful for all of you. Just want to make sure you take it easy. Just because everybody's in a rush doesn't mean you have to be, but just know that every day that we are given is a gift. It doesn't matter if it's sunny or it's serious. Obviously, snow is going to be fun for those in the Chicago area, but not if you have to travel in it. That's my point. But I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you here tomorrow. Take care.